And what's in the box? Bilstein B16s. So I thought I'd take a little refresher course on the installation of these coilovers, and where better to look but on my own channel. Always a wealth of pertinent information to be found there. You should try it. It's free. And just click on that subscribe button. Now, that video dealt with the H&R lowering springs with the Bilstein shocks, and the installation was on my 986. Now, this is the 987 and it's coilovers, but the principle is the same, and I don't think I'm going to be running into any huge problems. But let's get at it. All individually wrapped and heavy and bubble wrap. And surrounded by plastic wrap. And in the envelope we have a Bilstein sticker. Where can I put that? Wow. Now here we have the shock here, and there's a little blue cap on the bottom, and we'll zoom that in here, and a little blue cap. So you pop off this little guy here, and down below what we see is a little knob. So this little knob down here has 9 settings. So what we see here is that position 1 is the sport setting, and position 9 is the comfort setting. So right now, from there to the center of the wheel, about 15 1/4. Okay, so that's 39, 38 and a half, roughly 38.3.4. So the fronts are, do it this way, 38 bang on by the look of it, which is 14 and 3/4 inch. Okay, so we'll do a quick overview here. This is we'll take this this panel off here, and I'd already taken the battery cover off over there. Okay, here we have a little cap. Okay, put that in the front, and here we have 1, 2, and 3 bolts that hold the perch for the shock. Okay, so now we're going to loosen off these 3 bolts here. Number 13. Okay, so let's pop this brake line off. It's a number 10. There we go. Okay, so this is a number 8 Allen. We'll take these calipers off using a big breaker bar to crack them. There we go. Get that in there. There we go. Okay, pop off this brake sensor. Here, let's go around here, maybe we can see better. That's the brake pad wear sensor. Back around the back here, you see this line. This is the brake pad wear sensor, and it comes around the back and it clips in here. So all we need to do is pull this straight out. It's just a grommet, a rubber grommet. So there it is. Pulled it out. You can see that. That's the grommet. Okay, so here on the left-hand side of the car, we've got this Lightronics light leveler little thing. You just have to undo the nut up there, counter hold it, and just pop that thing out, just to relieve the strain as we drop down the wheel carrier. So you have to counter hold the sway bar link because it will turn when you try to undo this bolt. Let's swing around the other side here. See that bolt there? So and it's also got a bit difficult because unless you have I don't know, maybe an 18 or 19, but if you don't have a really thin wrench, it won't fit in there. I've put on some long nose vice grips. Hopefully they'll hold. Yes, and that worked. This sway link. Okay, so this sway bar link will pull right out. There we go. Even pull it out by hand. How about that? What remains to be done is the secret. To loosen off this nut back here in order to just loosen off the lower control arm. We don't take it out. Okay, so this bolt here, we have to counter hold it as well, because it will turn. And this is the one on the inside of the, what we call it, we can call the coffin arm or the lower control arm, and we just loosen that off, and this will help us bring our wheel carrier down. I put a jack under here. It's not touching the wheel carrier yet, and you'll see that here it's already starting to come down. This has started to separate. The wheel carrier is coming down, and we'll see what happens here. Like that. There we go. And pull it out like this. How's that? Okay, that works. Okay, so my fans will see that I've actually purchased spring compressors this time. Some people were quite shocked that when I used gear clamps on the last set that I did. So real heavy duty, good quality spring compressors this time. Okay, so now I've loosened this off, and we'll take this one and the top washer. Look at the orientation of the washer, dish side down. Part. There we go. And we'll put that here. And now, oh, there's this other washer down here. Okay, so what we've done here now is I just placed the strut back into the carrier while I was out. So the reverse of what I did to take it out. And then what we did is just like put it back up under so that it just clears the fender here, and then put it over into its place. Tighten up this pinch nut, like put in the sway bar, this bar here, and then with my jack, my floor jack here, I just raise the whole thing up until we got the things up through the holes in the top. It's a bit of jockeying about, but it worked okay. Now what we need to do is back down here, that nut in the lower control arm, we're going to tighten that up, but in order to tighten it up we have to have full load on the wheel. Okay, so we spread the calipers out using my caliper spreader, and so that we could put it back on the disc, put that back into place, put in the number 10 screw here, and clip this one in up here as well, the sensor. The pinch bolt is torqued to spec, which was, I'll tell you in the notes. Put the little rubber grommet back in here. Bolts are tied up on the top. Now all that's left to do is put some load on this in order to tighten that lower control arm up on the inside, and we should be done. Okay, that bolt back there at the end of the control arm, when we put weight on it, we lifted the car right up on the using the wheel carrier, and we torqued that bolt to 120 Newton meters. This in place. Here's the wheel carrier. I've got, I don't know if we can see that, but I've got 71 millimeters to this point here. Okay. This first ring here is 3 centimeters outside. This point to here is 3 centimeters. I'm telling you this because when I put this one back together on the left-hand side of the car, this was actually, I said, yeah, this is a little bit shorter, and it's because the wheel carrier in the back has a gap, and the gap is big enough to, if you drop this thing down, and if you exert any weight on it without it being pinched, can bend the little tab that holds it in place. And so that's a problem. So that was my problem. So I bent it back. It doesn't matter too much, long as you have the same distance here, and this is in the proper position. So anyway, as I say, in my car, this ring here is 3 centimeters rather, out of the carrier. Okay, so that's it for the front installation. Now, I guess we'll move to the back. So, stick around for that one. Coming up, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Ciao. Hey, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on that handsome racer dude there on the upper right-hand corner. And, of course, if you want to leave a comment, always love those.